I think some people who've been following me for a while might be under the impression that I'm not that excited about Animal Crossing New Horizons. Well, I'm here to tell you that that's not the case. I actually am pretty hyped about this game. But I should say that my experience with Animal Crossing might not be as much as other Animal Crossing fans. I played the GameCube game, but back then, when I played the GameCube game with friends, the allure of it was really just that you could play old retro Nintendo games. That's what I found so cool about it back in the day. But then with the Nintendo DS, when that system came out, I was really excited about all the games coming for it, and that included Animal Crossing Wild World. And I actually found that game to be really charming. I got it on Christmas time during the holidays, and I lived in Miami. So living in Miami, you couldn't really experience snow, but in Animal Crossing, I was able to do that. I was able to experience the weather and seasons unlike what I could do in the real world where I lived. So I appreciated it for that, and I saw the charm the game had. I really enjoyed playing in that game. And one of my favorite moments in that game was when I discovered Rossetti for the very first time. That was such a mind-blowing moment when I just, decided to turn off my DS at one point while playing Animal Crossing, and then when I came back, all of a sudden there was this dude screaming at me for minutes, like a long time. It made the game feel like a living, breathing, organic experience rather than just a game appeasing me, and that was a really cool thing. But I didn't really stick with Wild World every single day. I would take breaks, and when I would come back to it after a while, I'd find weeds everywhere, to the point where it just didn't feel worth cleaning it all out. And I was a kid back then, so I didn't really do any research on any other ways to sort of handle it. I'm still not even sure if there are other ways to handle it besides starting over or just going through all of that work of cleaning it up. But that kind of turned me off from playing the game, mainly just because it just seemed like too much work to me. But still, I remember the game fondly, and it had a lot of really charming moments, and it did warm my heart while I did play it. But on the 3DS, I kind of had a poor experience with my 3DS. I had a lot of really good 3DS games like Kid Icarus Uprising, Resident Evil Revelations, Luigi's Mansion, Dark Moon, Ocarina of Time 3D, Star Fox 3D, 3D Land, a whole bunch of amazing Nintendo games on the 3DS. And then at one point, they were all collected together in a Pokemon case, and my stepmom at the time just had this really big problem with my big Pokemon fandom, and she saw a Pokemon case and she threw it all away, apparently. That's the story, I believe. She does not admit to that. Maybe I'm wrong. But it disappeared. And I was completely destroyed because it had all of my favorite games on the 3DS besides my Pokemon games, because I was actually at a tournament that had all my Pokemon games, and I didn't have all of my other 3DS games were together in a Pokemon case, ironically, which I believe was thrown away. But we don't know what actually happened. I'm pretty sure it was thrown away though. But that was a very disheartening situation, and because of that, I didn't really play my 3DS much more beyond the occasional Pokemon game for a tournament. That was pretty much it. I just kind of focused on my Wii U at the time, and eventually we moved on to the Switch, and I'm happy that the Switch now is going to be getting all of the Animal Crossing and Pokemon games, and any other sort of handheld variant that would have normally been on the 3DS is now going to be on the Switch, and that makes me really happy. So with the Switch, I probably am going to be getting back into playing Animal Crossing, and I have to say, after seeing the trailer for Animal Crossing New Horizons, I find myself pretty excited. Now, I typically enjoy action-oriented games or very deep, sophisticated games, but this is not like those games. However, when I saw the trailer and I saw them jump over the river, I got pretty excited when I saw that they were sort of working within the wilderness, going to this island that has no one and you're building it up from scratch. That's really cool to me. I like the idea of sort of living within the elements, having some minor platforming within an Animal Crossing game, and building up a civilization from scratch. That's really cool to me. That has my interest piqued. I am excited for this game. I'm pretty hyped. But it's not just the premise of the game, but it's the way the game looks. It looks so charming. I didn't expect the game to look this good when we finally see it. I was expecting something that looked a little bit better than what we got for Amiibo Festival. Should I even be saying that in this video? Probably not, but I expected the game to look better than that. And it does, but by a lot, I think. It looks so charming. I love the tropical environment, which is kind of ironic because, as I said earlier, I really appreciated the fact that I could experience the actual winter with Wild World back when I was a kid because I lived in Miami growing up, but now I'm living in New York where winter sucks. I don't like the cold at all. And I kind of appreciate the fact that now you can play in 2 different hemispheres. And I also really enjoy the tropical environment. I've always sort of had an affinity towards it. I grew up in Florida, but also I have this unhealthy obsession for Super Mario Sunshine and the Wind Waker. So that feel to me, living on the beach with the sun, that is awesome. I love that. To me, that's bliss. So this kind of adds a little bit more pizzazz for me when it comes to this game. I'm actually really interested in it. So between the minor little platforming elements and the adventuring elements we see for this game, and the idea that you can build this game up from scratch, and just the look of the game and the charm from what I'm seeing, that's all really exciting. And I actually also think that I might even enjoy the co-op mode, because it looks like a kind of game where I could sit down with somebody and just chill. Because I guess that's what Animal Crossing is kind of about. It's about kind of enjoying the charm and the allure of the game and just kind of relaxing. And I can see myself doing that. If I just want to kind of sit down and talk with somebody and just sort of experience Animal Crossing New Horizons, I'm going to be able to do that with them, and that's going to be really fun. So, consider me hyped for Animal Crossing New Horizons when it comes out March 2020 for the Nintendo Switch. And by the way, the delay doesn't bother me too much. I'm probably going to be busy playing a whole bunch of other games like Luigi's Mansion 3, The Witcher 3 on the Switch, Link's Awakening, and of course, Pokemon Sword and Shield. But how do you guys feel about Animal Crossing New Horizons? Are you also hyped? Are you even more excited than I am? Less so? Let me know in the comments below. Anyways, everyone, this is AndresRestart. Thank you so much for listening and watching. If you love Nintendo content, please make sure you are subscribed. Leaving a like is very helpful if you want to see me succeed. And I'll see you all really soon. Bye.